Okay, here we are again. I'm streaming. Just let me find it here so I can get the link. Live now. There it is. Okay, here we are. And there we go. Well, first of all, I'm going to look at the daily candle. What happened? See what that error? That's my trade plan. Wow, that's worked out pretty well, hasn't it, so far? I'm right where I wanted to be. Look at that, beautiful. That's my trade plan that I drew in yesterday. So far, so good. Righto, well, I can take that out there. It doesn't really apply much anymore. So now I'm looking to sell this off this level here. So I'm looking to go short from there. Cool. That's a daily pivot. But going back to what I was talking about, that I was just where I just was, I want to have a look at the that. Get rid of that arrow. So there we go. So that was our candle yesterday, bearish, bullish engulfing. So that's interesting because I want to take this down, but that's a bullish engulfing candle. Interesting. For this month, we've done our full monthly swing and back to the central pivot. So all the monthly pivot stuff's done. How much else we can read off of it? If you have a look at the stochastics here, the cycle's been working well. So here we are now. Does that suggest another run up? Oh boy, that's not what my trade plan has been, and I think I'll stick to it because that was my original bias, and that's to take this down further. So despite that bearish engulfing, I'm going to continue on, but what I will do is I'm going to put that level there right at the top. I'll give that a gold colour, so I know that that's the daily top. And if it breaks above there, then all I can do is, look to go up, get bullish if it goes above that. Let me check the level there. The high there is 133415. 133415. So if price gets above that, I'll have to swing bullish. I wouldn't pay too much attention to that bit of a wick there because it's just the early morning session open, market open volatility thingy. Yeah, so the latest, so here we are looking at the 4 hour now. For mine, that 4 hour candle there, it looks like it wants to go down further. So that's suggesting to me we have hit the top there and we're maybe looking to go down further. As I saw on, now where are we on the weekly? Where the hell? Damn it. That's a weekly central pivot. Okay, look at that. Wow. Alright. Get rid of that one, it's one line too many. That's right on the weekly central pivot. Now if that holds, because price came off, down here is the weekly M2. What the hell? That's a weekly M2 right there. Might can that, don't need that line. That's a weekly M2 there, so that if you know this mark is to continue bullish and this is what's happening, you go, what the fuck? This is what we're looking at. We're going here. That's what we're doing. We're going there. And a break above here would give that to us. I'd have to go with that, I guess. But at this point, what I would say is if this central pivot holds, we are in fact coming down to 128986 will be the target if this high holds. So that's where we're heading to. If that high holds, so for the week, that's where we're heading. So, and that's my bias. So, you know, despite the fact we have had high highs and high lows, we did have a bullish engulfing yesterday candle. I'm still going to be looking for short opportunities. So based on that, the 3 hour on the weekly, on the daily, as we saw, we're at the daily sell zone. So we'll probably want to look for to go short here. Let me get the opportunity now. So as we say, the 4 hour, I'm thinking is a reversal. So that was this one here. What do I only have? Okay, this list. Where's the 4 hour here? Today. 4. Oh, right, okay. Well, there you go. These pivots here are so narrow. If you have a look at price action here through this 4 hour session, all of this was so narrow that these pivots are really compressed. So effectively, there's not a lot to be said about these pivots. So with regards to the 4 hour pivots on this particular time, at this particular time of the day, I'm not really all that, wouldn't put that much into them. I would like to have had this up here in this area here to get a sell, but that's where I'll be looking, that's where I'm watching, but not overly confident. Interestingly, look where that price went on that spike at the open, straight down to the S2, pretty much from the central pivot. So look at that. We've already got a full swing happen this morning at the open. Crazy. Righto, so I can't really see it getting up there. Here's our daily high from yesterday. A break above there will get me bullish for the day, but other than that, I'm still bearish. So I'm looking to go there. I mean, I could have sold that, but look at this. This is the spread at the moment. Here, it's the spread, which is 6.4 pips. So look up here, 6.4 pips. So yeah, no, it's kind of hard to trade that. So, but that's what I'm looking at with that one. I'm hoping to sell it from up there when the spread narrows a bit. I'm just going to have a look at the US 30. I'll check to see if anybody's been saying anything. Here, is that it? No chat. Yeah. One viewer, and that's me, so nobody's listening anyway, that's alright. Okay, have a look at the Dow. It had a decent strong up day yesterday as well. It was a decent day yesterday as well, to the upside, but I'm still looking to be bearish on this. Obviously, as I've said previously, this is the zone. Break below that really puts us into a bearish scenario. wouldn't be overly confident of a strong run through this lot. But if it, having said that, a break through there, a break through that level would certainly bring the bears well into the market. That would really convince the bears here that we're heading down further. So it's the daily one on the 4 hour. No pivots coming up here. Would have been a nice run to have. High highs, low, boom, bah. Got through this level here. That looks like it's going to go down further to me. This price action here, this was an important level to hold. Well, it's gone, we're getting lower lows and lower highs. So for mine, indices down today based on that. Looking at the Nikkei. Nikkei's pretty much the same boat. Had a decent run up yesterday, but based on these two candles here, I think it's easier to go down than it is to go up. On the monthly pivot thing, we've not really respected the pivots, are we? We're sort of in there, but we're not really respecting them. They're not. There's no congruency there with the pivot levels. So I think I'll just choose to ignore the monthlies, have a look at the weeklies. Weeklies seem to be respected in some manner. And we are at this point in time, what is that? H4 trend line. Interesting. I've got it there for a reason. But we are at this point in time right on the M3, which is a sell pivot for the day, or is it the week? For the week. So if we wanted to sell this, this is where you're going to sell it. So if we want to get short on this one, now's the time in this zone. And I may be tempted to do so. So I'll be watching that through the day. Spread on this is 300, which is not all that much actually. What the hell? Can't be right. I'll say 30, then it says 300, it's really 30. And if this were to play out, this is where we're going, down to there for the week. So I may endeavour to try and get in on that. So we're looking for a break below here, so we'll have a look here. So if we want to take the Nikkei, yeah, we want to be selling from up here somewhere, looking for sales in that zone. Obviously nothing's going on at the moment. It's pretty quiet there at the moment. Well, there's a spread there, right there. Once again, we can't really sell that. It's hard to trade with a spread like that, so we'll just let that find its feet. And we're in the sell zone, that's where we want to sell to. For the 24, for the 4 hours, that's where we want to head to down here, down into this zone here. But like I say, I might try and take that down for the week. So if I get in there, I'll probably, if I were to get an entry on this, I'd look to close after 100 perhaps, maybe 50. 100 would be nice. 50 might be the game. 1% off 50, and then go to break even and see if I can get the weekly swing. Might be the go there. Now AJ, what can we do with AJ? Let's have a look at the daily on AJ. What happened yesterday? It'll be similar to the GJ. There's my trade plan there that I put in yesterday, and look where we're at. That's where I wanted to get to from here, and that's where we are. Beauty. Here's my other trade plan here. Nice, worked out. It's working well. So we'll look at that. So that's working well so far. I mean, really. Seem to be losing my internet connection. Not my internet connection, my MT5 connection. For some reason, not too sure why that is. And these are pretty much cell signals up here, to be quite honest, but I'll be watching that closely. So it's 1 hour, 4 hour. I'm looking for a reversal signal in here. I'm looking for a reversal signal in here. And my take profit for the week would be down at 71642 on the Aussie yen. That's a 1 hour chart, so we're looking for 71629. Did that just change? 71629. 63. Oh, look, it changes. Right, let's do it this way. 7162. 71.6, how's that? $716. So we'll look for a reversal in this zone here, which isn't happening right now as we speak. Look here. Yeah, that could be starting to set up right now for a sell. So we're watching that once again to get into a sell to pick up 10 pips. And to then get a continuation for the weekly. Oh my God, what a mess. How can anybody read any of this? Let me get rid of this on the, what are we on? 5 minute. Don't want it on the 5 minute. Way too messy. There. So lots of colours I know, but at the end of the day, the blue is just, that's my sell zone that I drew in yesterday. This is where I want to take it down from here. Wow, look at all that. Could have done that from that last night. Anywhere from, so 20 is, what's that, 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, wouldn't have got that one. But yeah, I'm wanting to take this down, so I'm looking for an opportunity to sell this. I just got to get a reason to sell it or a zone to sell it in at the moment. But once again, the pivots, I mean, the price action was so compressed in this zone that the pivots, the new pivots over here are so compressed that it's hard to really get a read on what they're doing. But if I was looking, if I had to pick a zone, this is the zone that we'd be looking at, very narrow zone, and that's pretty much it. That's happened already. So it's going to be hard to get a sell here off these pivots this morning, which is not that unusual, but it still gives you something to look at. So that's what I'm looking at here. I'm looking to sell this as soon as we can. Ideally would be 7392 or 739 would do also around there. So 7392 and 7388 in that area there, where we'd like to take a sell. But because we've got this tag here of the central pivot, I'm not so confident that we're going to get it. But hey, all we can do is plan and exercise our plans if they come to fruition. So that's my plan there. Sell this here, or we'll get a sell signal. We're getting sort of lower lows and lower highs down here, so maybe look for something, I don't know, might have to wait for the next 4 hours yet, new 4 hour candles, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens there. On the yen, the GJ is the same thing. We're looking for 1333.6 to 1333. that zone there for a sell if we can get up there. It's just the spread's so wide now that all we can do is let it play out and give it time to sort of come back a bit. And that's pretty much it. We'll just have a quick look at EJ, because EJ gave us some really nice setups yesterday morning. Let's see if I can find them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, here was yesterday morning. Is that 0? Yep, that's the 0. And if you come in the morning, especially after this little candle here, off this lot, you got your 20 pips, you got your 10 pips. First thing in the morning. So, you got this little mess down here on support, and that gave you another bunch of pips there. You had this sell here, this here, in the sell zone. This is the sell zone here. You get your 10 pips and a few more. So, where are we in that case? We are here. Look at that price action. It's outrageous. Those pivots, I mean, they're unreadable, unusable when you've had price action like that leading into them. I mean, how do you get anything out of that lot? So once again, we're pretty much just going to have to wait. We can trap this here like this. Yeah, that'll do. Use that one. And here or here, because that's just a spike. That's a trap there. That's 3. What's the AJ at the moment? It's 4. So EJ's got a better spread. I mean, it's only 1 pip, but that's 30% or 25. So whether you look at it from the EJ point of view, AJ's 30% more, or from the AJ point of view, GJ's 30%. It's 25% less. So, it's just whether AJ or EJ. I'm sorry. What's going to be stronger? The Euro or the Aussie? On that, why don't we have a quick look at a Euro Aussie chart? Only take a minute. See what our buyers could be there. They haven't opened this one up for a while, so it could take a bit. 4 hour, 1 day. Come on, give us a pivot. Trend is down, isn't it? That tells us the dollar's been strong, the Aussie's been stronger. Interesting. I've put an arrow on there. Must have been a look at this, sell that. It's interesting. Go through and find that. But yeah, that's certainly stronger Aussie, so you're probably better off selling the EJ based on that. 4 hour. Yeah, that's kind of going down, even if it has found support. Oh yeah, that's the one I was looking at. Look at that. Look how well that worked. Oompa. Why is this one more valid than this one? Pretty simple, really. If you have a look at this candle and join it together, that's a rejection candle as well. So you can call this, pretty much a rejection area, resistance area. And that's coming off a top of a resistance area. That's why that's valid and that's not. That's just coming off. I mean, you could argue that this could have been an area too, but you get them sort of splitting hairs there. I reckon you're sort of trying to make it fit, but that's certainly an area. You had it rejected here, you had it rejected here, and then you had it rejected here. I mean, you got a bit of a player for that, but anyway, that's not why I'm here. I'm here to have a look at the read here. Oof. Not here to trade it, but there's a good sell signal off those pivots, but right there. So yeah, Aussie's stronger, so better off from the EJ. That's what I came here to find out, and that's what I'm thinking. Better off on the EJ than the AJ. So I might be looking at that. EJ. So I'm looking to sell EJ. Break at this level, or if we get a decent, or if when the spread narrows, but look, it's narrowed way heaps already. It's on 3, it's AJ on, come on, 3.7, so you know that there is a bit of difference there. Can make the difference. You change brokers on a difference like that, so why wouldn't you change it for the pair you're trading? Like I say, Aussie seems stronger than EJ. If we're looking at this going week, then that's what we'll be looking at. Just then we'll look at the weekly thing that's going on here. There we go. We're in the weekly sell zone. It's a central pivot. We're on the daily sell zone. Daily sell pivot, yeah. Look, for mine, it's EJ today. I'm looking to sell EJ. And I would be looking for the day we're heading from the current levels, or if you can get wherever you can get an entry, and I tell you, anytime you can. For the day down to 119,292, so around there, 119,290. Yeah, 119s. For the week, I would be looking to go down to 118 to 117.58. So that's the zone down there. But yeah, I'm looking to get a sell for the week off this. If I can get in with a 1% of running, if I can pick up 1% on the off a sell, and then close it and keep the other 1% running for the week, that'd be awesome. It'd be awesome, Lawson. Yeah, so I might just leave it there for the moment, and yeah, leave it there. I might come in and make a sell later.